We're at 5:40 p.m.
I'll take roll. Barbara Ivelita Torres. Charles James.
Present.
Elsa Reus.
Present.
Esther Colon. Present. Felicia Salazar.
Present.
Carla Costa. Madeline Santana.
Present.
Marietta Mato. Thank you. Aaron present. Z Aleman.
Present.
Geraldine Amandora.
Present.
Jacqueline Levita. Present. Okay, Madam Chair, you have form.
Thank you. Discussion of the women distinction. First thing on my list is a caterer. I didn't make copies for everyone because there's a lot of copies and the computer ran out. But we have 3 possible caterers. That's one set.
Sorry, let me scan it for public record
Okay.
purposes and then I'll pass it on.
Hmm. Got it. Read. Thank you.
I'll get you guys seats now.
No, it's. I didn't make enough copies, so we have to share. Yeah. I got this one extra.
Is this the one from Maria?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Did you write them?
Yes, the first one on my list is standing ovations. That one. The standing ovation one, she is Maria, I forgot, Kramer, and she's the one that's been doing it for a couple of years with us. I have adjusted it a little bit, as you can see, that says, or some of you can see, it's gonna be the Prosecco bar with orange juice, strawberry, and mango puree this year instead of peach. The fruit and cheese board with crackers and bread, scrambled eggs, mini quiches, bacon and turkey, sausage, bagels with cream cheese, French toast casserole, mini chicken salad sandwiches, and this time I added a hot lunch, ziti with our signature lasagna sauce, which is the pink sauce, coffee, cream, sugar, and artificial sweeteners. For her, this is a proposal, it does not include a couple of other items, but for right now, for 65 guests, her price is 21 per person, with 3 staff members for a total of 1725. The second one is Chef Veronica. By the way, I had like 11 quotes. I choose the 3 least amount. Many of them were way over our budget to begin with, so I just eliminated them from the start. Chef Veronica, she's new, she contacted, IO, the town of Miami Lakes, saying that she's willing to, work with us. And that option is, option 1 is scrambled eggs, bacon, waffles instead of, the casserole, mini bagels, fruit platter, tuna sandwiches instead of the chicken, coffee, cream, fruit juices, mimosa, disposable plates, and silverware. Her price is 23 per person, or we can go through a little healthier because she's a healthy chef. We can go a little bit healthier for oatmeal banana bread and good morning mini muffins. For that, $22 a person, and she needs $250 for attendance, and that does not include no tax, but service fee and any additional things that we come up with. And her total.
But the second option is not a lunch, please. It is more like a breakfast type thing, right?
The second one,
Yeah, pasta.
yes,
Yeah.
rainbow pasta salad with grilled chicken. But I have not personally tasted her stuff, so, but I still got the business.
Does she include service people?
Yes, a table setup and one attendant for $250. Her total for option number one will come out to $17.45.
Does that include, out of curiosity, the disposable?
Yes, it's at the bottom. Disposable plates and silverware. On each option, just before the price, disposable plates and silverware.
Looking, oh, okay, I was looking for the.
We're looking at the single page.
Okay, because I'm trying to look at the.
That's one question, on the number, we have six, yeah, we have six nominees, is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
6 winners.
6 winners.
Mhm.
Okay, so we are saying approximately each person can invite 8.
I haven't got to that part yet.
Okay, so that's why I was wondering how we get to the number. Okay.
And actually, might be less. Okay. So that would come out to $17.45. I eliminated the bottom option because it's yogurt and stuff, and that's my opinion. The option 2 on this one,
On Veronica.
yes, on Veronica, Chef Veronica. And then the last one that I submitted, is unique, exquisite. What happens to my customer?
She has copies.
Okay, that exquisite one. We're gonna have to, no choice but to eliminate it because their estimated total is 1919, and that does not include the mimosa station. The other two do. If we wanted to add mimosa station, it is $12.99 per person.
Wow.
Yes, so but I still got the options, and then she gave me one without mimosas. That's the final one. Again, it's going over the budget, and we have 2 better bids.
And that would come to about how many per person? How much per person?
On this menu,
1919,
but does not include Prosecco, which is another $13 and $22.99.
22.99.
Yes, plus
So that's
Oh,
23 plus.
13.
Plus what?
13.
So
For the
standing-
mimosa station.
I read that one, the standing ovations, I don't see where it says that they include the silverware and the plates, that's why I was asking on that specific.
They do.
Yes, they do.
Where is it? I
She
know
didn't
it's
put it
not-
on here, but
Oh,
she does.
I know they do, but since it wasn't,
Yeah.
I wanna make
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah. It will be.
I think they have, real plates, right?
No,
No.
it's nice, plastic or paper product, disposable.
Real plates.
Well, we can check with her.
Okay, so if you like, compare them. I'm gonna be suggesting that we go with Standing Ovations Catering. She's done it before. It looks like it has a little bit more options. And is there anything there you might want to suggest that I might be missing? But I think I got a pretty good menu and a very good price.
Yeah.
She's always the. Marie Ramos.
Maria
Always the
Ramos,
best.
yeah, she did a great job with those stuff.
Because I even tried, some of you mentioned, tried Shula's, and Shula's was way over. It was just breakfast. Well, there's a new person there, and they thought maybe we could get a better deal.
Okay, so we.
So, no, because we can't vote on anything. This is just a suggestion.
Okay.
Well, you can, vote because we have.
Well, you can make a motion, it just won't count until it's approved by the full committee. But you can make a motion, I guess, just to get the, because, you know,
I make a.
to narrow down this group's,
Okay.
I
opinion.
make a motion to approve Standing Ovations Catering as recommended by the chair.
And I
Second.
Okay, second by you.
By Elsa.
Any discussion? We're in agreement. We're gonna vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes unanimous.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda, for my agenda, is the awards. I already contacted MIG Awards, it's the same people that did it last year, I thought that award was pretty. It was crystal. I received a couple of other options for a little bit less price, but I still think that the one we had last year will suffice.
Do we buy these on behalf of the city? Is that like a nonprofit? Is the city a nonprofit? or no?
Yes.
We're tied to them.
Tax
Oh,
exempt, the only thing.
so they don't charge us tax for the award.
Correct. And
What do you want the motion?
in addition to the 6 winning awards, I'm gonna add a keynote speaker one, like we did 2 years ago. And those for keynotes are least expensive. And I'm trying to aim it, this is for the keynote, it says in the email. Trying to select one that's comparable to the actual other award, unless we want to just change it to make it different, but it is smaller. Now, for the 6 crystal ones, octagon that we got last year, they're, stating that it's gonna be $429 for those 6 awards, and then whatever additional little award for the keynote speaker. They could range from 42, 45, maybe even smaller, but I think the 5-inch is a good size. Millennium Awards had quoted us a much higher price. So I'm recommending that we use MIG Awards for our awards
And they're the ones that did it
last year.
and the year before.
No, the year before was Millennium.
Oh, was the name.
Higher.
This award is one piece, the one from me. Because the ones from the year before for Millennium were separated.
Right.
So it was a little hard when we gave them out and they were like falling apart. They were still pretty, but it was just, it's like.
So I make a motion to accept MIG Awards to do our awards this year.
I second.
Discussion?
We're gonna vote, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, thanks, Madeline.
She got that one.
How much did it cost to get the same award for the keynote speaker?
It'll be, I handed out all my copies,
right.
but I think it's 60,
Oh, that one.
no, depending on which one we pick. No, this isn't the keynote, it's the other
Oh,
one.
the keynote. I don't have that one.
Which one?
Oh, the one you have here.
Is this for keynote?
Yeah.
Yes, that's for keynote,
Which one, the top one or the bottom?
well, all of them, the whole thing is keynote.
Yeah, which one are we selected?
I haven't decided.
Depending on what.
They're gonna, it shouldn't be more than $50.
No, it should.
$50.
I have a question for you, the night award, is it something I didn't hear you said something about the keynote for this one?
No, because she gave me the keynote afterwards, she hasn't given me an updated one. Okay. Flowers. I was thinking, I have one florist that she didn't get a chance to give me an invoice or a proposal. Something simple in the front, in the centerpiece. With either whatever is in season, maybe hydrangeas, whatever the best, or maybe it's just a spring flower set. Also, I came up with an idea of orchids. Around that time, we can get, right now, they're on sale,
Two for
at
what?
Publix.
They
2 for 1, they were, but by then,
$20,
Right.
22.
Elsa was nice enough to try to get a hold of the Publix and see if they were on or the 2 for 1, since they already have done it before. But again, we can't buy anything until we're closer, so I had to get a backup just in case. And there's also a few people that sell orchids And we're not checking with them until after Valentine's. The Valentine's, you know, the prices go up, and then it's either gonna be an orchid or an arrangement. By the time of our meeting, I'll have a better idea.
What's my second now?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then the assistant manager of public said that he was gonna get back to me, that he's gonna try and work with us to see if he can get us a 2-for-1.
And even also went to BJ's, and they had them for
$14.99.
$14.99. So it's possible, but again, until we're closer, we don't know what we're gonna get for that price.
What is the price of 14 is for the
The $14.99 was the orchid at BJ's and $18.99 at Publix, but what we're hoping is that they will honor the 2-for-1, buy one to get one free.
Right. Worst case scenario, we can figure out the
Because
budget.
if it's $18.99, $19, $10 a piece with the base.
Yeah, with the pretty vase. If not worst case, we can get one from. I keep forgetting to back there. Okay. Linens. I've received a couple of quotes, but the one that is being recommended right now, is from Deco Productions. We're getting 8 tablecloth for $15 each
No delivery charge.
and no delivery charge.
And those usually rent for $45 a piece.
Now, I received a couple of them at 17, like Empire Rental, but they're now Joy, and they're located way down south. And even though there's a fee to deliver, I don't want any, oops, we can't make it, traffic, or whatever the case may be.
These people are local,
They're in Miami.
No, everybody's local.
Right in Opalaca.
Yeah.
the Deco production.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're huge, they're huge, they do huge events.
Madeline, do you have color choice that
What is
you're
the
looking
pink?
for?
Pink,
Pink, we were aiming for about pink, light colors, feminine
Oh.
colors.
Spring, summer.
Question, are we gonna cover the chairs?
no,
No,
So we're gonna choose them. So last time we have a.
okay, when I get there.
Because we have some white, very good in that one.
yeah.
Okay. Tables and chairs. Roberto Alonso Center has the round tables and has chairs. So as of right now, I've already reserved Roberto Alonso and Town Hall for the chairs and tables. That saves us an additional $300 or $400 from actually having to rent them. However, yeah, so that's the tables and chairs will be provided by Roberto Alonso. And it was-
Actually.
Huh?
It's the town, but,
By the town. So then, unfortunately, at first I thought, let me get to both places, Roberto Alonso as a location, that's my next item, or the town hall. Since we're only gonna have 6 winners, that means 6 tables. And then I ordered another 2 tables for us, any visitors, the keynote speaker, that way we'll have 8 tables total. Yes. 8 tables total. And instead of 10 per winner, I'm suggesting 8, 8 to 6.
That's awesome, that one's good. Because if you put 10 tables, like when we did the bingo, it's so.
And even last year, the numbers from last year, when we had the 6 winners, which were gonna be at least 70, we only had a total of 51 people show up,
And the
or
size,
RSVP.
and the size of that round table, I think fits 8 more comfortable than 10.
Of course, yes.
That's why I said 8, because there's 4 legs, and if you put the 10, somebody's sitting
Mm-hmm.
by that.
Yeah. definitely.
And another thing why I'm recommending town hall, if we would only have to pay a janitorial fee to move the tables and chairs from Roberto Alonso to over here to town hall. At first, I'm sorry, Esther. At first, I said, well, maybe Roberto Alonso will be good, it's more spacious. However, something that I don't think anyone thought of, March is football season, and that field is gonna be packed, and that parking lot will not be empty to accommodate our guests.
I like it here. It's more cozy.
So it's a good idea. Unfortunately, at that time, even though we had the reserved it, we cannot use it. No one's, there's not gonna be any parking. The kids are gonna be playing outside. Okay,
So it's town hall,
town hall,
March 16th.
March 16, from 11 to 1.
How many people did you project, you said? How many tables again? I'm just writing. that
8
down.
tables,
Budget. 8 times
Rounds of 8.
8 rounds.
6, so you're gonna buy food for 64 people?
Near enough, yes. That's why we quoted 65.
Right, perfect. No, I'm doing the budget on the side as you talk.
Okay, 65.
Got it.
What's the rationale behind everybody inviting 8 people, 8 guests?
Or 7 in case. I personally, I don't know, maybe because I've not been a member for a while. It used to be 10 and they did 10, but I feel that's a lot.
I think 8.
6 is.
A lot of people not gonna bring it. But
Last year we had
Some
one.
friends.
We had one table with one.
6.
Yeah,
When we had it,
yeah.
You're right.
when we used to have it at Shula's, like one time we had like, I think it was a regular rates that brought like one table with everybody from the.
Yeah, some of the teachers. No, people basically bring their family and friends that come. So, hey, it should be fun.
Felicia, to your point, I know last year we made sure to let the, the winners know how many seats they were reserved. And if they asked for more, then we told them we would get back to them based on if other winners, had an empty table, then we could accommodate, but we make sure to limit them, because if
Right.
not, some people will bring a lot. Yeah.
So can we say that they are allowed 6 guests?
So that's for you guys to decide.
need- If they want or require someone else, then let us know and we will accommodate if we have
If
the
we
room
can.
for it. Because if not everyone's gonna bring that kind of crowd, then.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, so you guys, while you're deciding on your number, something I wanted to bring up, because I know it was an issue last year, we had a resident come and feel that they should be able to attend, that the event should have been open to the public for them to support. I'm only mentioning that because we had the incident, and because I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think maybe in previous years, you guys might have opened it a little more, a little bit more.
we charge it.
We were
Alright.
charging them.
So,
We should have
just,
been charged.
just something for you guys to discuss and, iron out for this year.
We wanna go with that.
We did charge them out.
No, I'm not gonna open it.
Okay,
Is there a recommendation, any motion for 6? Anybody recommend?
Yes, I recommend that we allow a maximum of 6 guests per nominee.
in addition to the nominee,
Yes.
so
in addition
7
to the
instead of
nominee.
8?
7 instead of 8. So the other one
If I
will
was
put-
bring her husband and his
Just so
son.
you can.
No, I
Second.
thank you. Discussion?
No,
We should go with the 8.
That we should, that we should not have 8, that we should have
You know?
6.
Seven
So
Seven
the
at each
nominee
table
would be
instead of
7.
8 at each table.
Mhm.
The tables of 7.
But the tables are gonna be the 8 each.
And you second?
Well, no, you guys will accommodate
Sorry,
it based on whatever
you're-
you guys tell us,
Okay.
but they could fit up to 8, yes.
So 5, the husband, and if they have 3 children, that's already
Nice.
5.
Nice and
Anyone
calm.
that they bring,
It's coming.
yeah, they'll bring people. They'll bring people.
So there's a motion, there's a second.
Yes, any more discussion?
Yeah, I think we should stick with 8, like we've done in the past. Maximum of 8, including the win. By the time we figure out, the whole family.
There's a motion on the floor.
But we're discussing, right?
We always have, if we have empty seats, we have empty seats, but in the past, people bring people, and the committee people that nominate them also come. Whoever nominated the person also comes. You know?
Any more discussion? Okay, we're gonna vote. All in favor of
Can you
having,
repeat?
the motion is, Z motion for 6 guests total, which will be 7, including the winner. It's seconded by Geraldine, we discussed. Okay, all in favor of having 7 total on the table? Okay, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 in
You
favor.
you can't tell me to raise my hand.
No, I know you're gonna vote though, right?
I'm gonna vote.
4 in favor.
Yes.
Did you vote in favor? Okay, so 5 in favor. And votes against? Okay, hang on, so Elsa, Felicia, Madeline, against. 5 in favor. Okay, actually, I didn't vote, so.
Oh, you didn't vote.
Right, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'm in favor too, so 6 in favor. Felicia, Elsa, and Madeline are against, because I have to put the no votes, right? Do I need to take the yes vote?
No, just, you could just say the majority. or
Alright, so
Yeah.
motion to have 7 total, that's 6, and then the winner passes by majority.
That's what I find advisors. As of right now, it's just a suggestion that you're writing.
Okay, so for now it's 6 guests and the nominee, which is 7 for you.
So, and it's still 8 tables, right?
It's still a table.
So 8.
Because you're gonna need to put the awards on the table as well, right? Or are we gonna keep them?
On the table. That's
Usually
a separate thing.
the warrants are gonna have little like direction.
Next to the podium.
And then as we, hand the award, they come to pick it up and then they sit back down. Janitorial. As I would give you any information.
So, no. So since you guys will be doing it at town hall, you have to pay janitorial based on the amount of people that are gonna be here. I would and because there's food, I would recommend 2 staff. And that would be your event starts. Now, that's something I want you guys to confirm. Previous years, you guys have had the event. Or at least the last 2 years, you had the event from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Are we keeping it that way? So that's 2 hours of the event. We should have janitorial staff probably come an hour before, because your guys are probably gonna wanna get here an hour before, and they can help with the garbage and all that. And then they should probably stay in an extra 2 hours after picking up. So that would give you a total of 5 hours for 2 staff members.
Okay, cost. Last year was 5.5.
Oh, so again, this is an estimate, but depending, right? Like if
Right.
it's super messy, they might have to stay an extra half hour or an hour, then we kind of have to accommodate for that.
Okay, now we also, did you find out how much it's gonna cost to bring the tables over from Roberto?
Yeah, so for janitorial, the cost is 17 per hour that we have to pay. So we're talking about 10 hours, so that's 107. Around that should be your cost for janitorial.
For both.
Yeah.
The table and.
No, I'm talking about janitorial alone. Janitorial, like, it's gonna be here.
Yeah, that they open and
They
set up,
open, they set
clean
up, they help clean up. They clean up at the, no, 10 because it's 2 staff. But the
Okay.
total-
Oh, okay.
Sorry. 2
Oh.
staff for 5 hours each.
Okay, yeah, for 5 hours.
Yeah, 5 hours each.
And if we go over, it
Yeah.
depends.
And
Okay,
then-
now for the tables. and-
Okay, so because you guys, my understanding is that you guys want round tables. We do not have round tables at town hall, however, we do have it at other community centers. I can reserve it, just keep in mind that because that's an external factor now, we need to have handymen bring it, and that is a cost.
So they assemble it as well?
Yeah. So it would be, they just have to pick it up, transport it, bring it, and then also break it down and take it.
and the chairs.
Yes, both chairs and tables. Sorry.
There's some staff that's gonna bring that down stuff.
They are the contracted handymen that we use in town hall. So we have to pay them an hourly rate of 85. So, well, 85 is not what they get paid, that's just a contracted rate.
85 right now.
So that you're looking at 340 to be safe 4 hours, and I'm talking about 4 hours for them to go pick it up, to bring it, to set it up, for them to break it down and take it back.
Okay, I have a question. When we do events at Roberto Alonso, we don't pay for none of this.
So
You don't have to
my
pay?
explanation was because there's things that are already existing there.
No, and we don't even pay for janitorial. They set up and they break down.
Because janitorial exists there. So if you guys were, for example, if you guys were to stay at Roberto Alonso, which is an option, Roberto Alonso already has janitorial
Yeah,
stuff
we don't
there on
pay
a
for none of
Saturday.
this, not even, we don't pay for none of this.
But the
So
issue-
that's, I'm trying to explain to you guys why that is.
Yeah, I
So
know why.
if you stay at Roberto, no, but I want you guys to be
Oh,
clear.
okay.
If you stay at Roberto Alonso on a Saturday, which the space is available to you, janitorial is already there. Per contract, they already are there on Saturdays, they would assist you with your events. So then you guys wouldn't have to pay anything for that. Because in town hall, there is no janitorial stuff on the weekend. You do have to, exactly, you
Right.
would have to provide it because now we're opening it up next year. Same thing with the tables and chairs. The tables over here, if they're rectangle, we already have them here. We can have handymen do it during the time that they're already contracted here during the week, and that would be no cost. However, if you want round ones, because they do not exist in town hall, we do have to go outsource them, grab them and bring them. That is the handyman cost. That is now an additional factor.
So that's $300.
Yeah.
Three forty plus the 170, plus the 170.
Plus that
Pretty much,
super pretty.
Roberto Alonso is not feasible because of the parking.
And all you
But What
want is
event, are you-
big.
what event is there that particular day? Because it's not
Football.
football.
No, it's not
season's
football,
open.
It's Little League football,
Yeah.
or whatever you call it.
But they
Baseball.
park at the
Optimist?
back, not in the-
No,
baseball
Roberto
is here.
Alonso.
So I already checked
Oh,
with Parks and Rec.
football,
The
checked with
football
Parks.
season is in effect at that point.
It's the little
And it
kids.
does happen during the
On that
morning,
particular day.
or, yeah, there's something going on
On
that's
that
already in
particular day?
season. It's
Every
been
Saturday.
happening yeah.
Well, 6 or 8 tables are just gonna float in that. in
That's
that
what I was gonna say, and it was gonna be more
Yeah.
expensive than 340
Yeah.
to get it
It's not
decorated
gonna
and
be-
filled.
Yeah. It's
Because
not
it'll
gonna
be
as cool.
6
Yeah, so you're
tables,
saving
and then
some
our-
dollars here if you're doing it over there,
Right.
but then you spend it on something else over there,
Exactly.
over here. So it really is up to you guys.
Yeah, cause it's an empty room. It's
And
not
the
as much
chairs
as-
are the white ones or the padded ones? What chair?
No, the
do they-
nice pattern ones that we had 2 years ago were an additional cost that we paid a vendor to bring.
Yeah, those are
Okay,
the
so what do
regular.
they
If
have?
you remember last year, you guys pretty much used the ones that are always in town hall, those big bulky ones.
Yeah,
That's what
here.
was used last year. I mean, yeah,
Oh, yeah, when people sat down.
yeah, because we
right?
didn't
The
do tables
auditorium.
last year.
Right,
Last
yeah.
year, you guys just did
The
auditorium.
auditorium,
size.
right.
So there was no cost to that.
But the young lady, I forgot her name already, at Roberto Alonso said that the chairs are padded chairs. They're
Yeah,
not-
yeah, they've had it.
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh, because
We
they're
did yoga
talking
last
about,
year.
but it's still, it's not, and I'm sorry, I don't know which ones you're referring to.
Round chair?
It's, you're talking about the metal ones that have padding on it. You know, like the standard
right.
ones?
Right. This is
But I'm
padded
talking
with
about 2
seat.
years ago, you guys had pattern ones that were really nice, that were wood, like
Yes,
white
yes.
ones, those were an additional cost, we had to go to an outside vendor, we don't have.
So
those.
what about the white ones that are just the wood white ones?
We
that
don't
used
have that.
before?
Those don't get. from the
And
vendor.
Those
were
are the
from,
ones we use,
We rented
we rented
rented
those 2 years ago from Empire.
Empire from.
And I'm going
Those
to,
came at a.
now that I
hefty cost.
know this price at $340, I'm gonna research the table and chairs from a vendor.
Yes.
with-
Yeah, cause then they made.
Empire's, and maybe, they changed their name, they're now Joy, and they're all the way almost in
No, but
Homestead.
they'll bring them because they brought the high rise.
I'm
and
checking
all
with
that.
Teco,
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah,
they're local,
Yeah, there may be.
and we don't have to worry about, oh, they're coming.
Yeah, so far.
Yeah, they're on 58th court, you're right.
and they're already bringing them in. So.
Janitorial.
Good observation.
Check that out.
Yeah, just now.
Okay.
I'm suggesting also a PowerPoint like we did last year of the winners, just to be played over and over again, not the
On the
videos
screen.
that we did 3 years ago, or,
Is there a cost? I'm just doing numbers.
for the PowerPoint, there's no cost.
Okay. I'm gonna keep on adding what you.
The town does it, Jonathan or something.
Well, we can do it, or you guys, it depends, if you want us to do it, we can do it.
Yeah.
It was, last year was very simple, I'll remind you guys, it was literally their
The name,
picture,
what they
their
want.
name and the category. That's
Exactly,
it.
exactly, that's.
And it was the
That's a
first and
nice
first
touch.
slide, and it just,
Yeah, sort of,
As of right now, we still don't have any sponsors.
no, so. It's only been, right now, I have personally only sent it to Memorial Health, I don't know if any of you have shared it, I know I emailed it to you all. But Madeline requested that I also send it to Jetstream, because they've sponsored as well. And I'm gonna be sharing it with the grant companies.
Andrea, I think. her name is? Our keynote speaker for this year.
But I'm sorry, on that point, I just wanna make sure, again, I will be sharing it, that does not mean that it's going to be confirmed. If you guys have any contacts, I highly encourage you all to share it. To make sure we can get, you know, a
And
sponsor. for
so
this.
far, so good, we're within budget.
Yes, did you say 6 flower piece, the 6 or 8, we're gonna do 8?
8, because there's 8
Okay, no,
tables,
so, 8, average it out of 15,
15.
okay, got it.
Okay,
And you're gonna need the rectangular tables from the time.
yeah, but that's no cost.
Find out from, Maria Kramer if we need to give her the
Mhm.
tables. too.
Mhm.
Yeah, it'd be nice while you mention her, for her to send me an email with details of what she needs in advance so we can account for
Got
it.
that. Cause yeah, last year I ordered tables and she took them. and-
Make sure you fill out that,
Yes, ma'am.
because that she can.
I've done it before, yes. Okay, so our keynote speaker, Judge, you have to say the name for me, Janet, this
Diana Vizcaino, she was a winner last year.
will be our keynote speaker for this year. Trinette, I'm putting you on the spot. Would you be able to be the mistress of ceremony?
I can, what does that entail? Because I thought each person was gonna, like,
Well, that's
Follow
the
the winners.
presentation of the awards.
okay.
No, and then when we get the winners, we'll select who's gonna be presenting them.
Okay.
So you wanna run down what I have financially, so you and I agree to make sure the money's okay? 8 times 15 is 120 for the,
Esther, it's okay,
Okay.
because I've been keeping track of it.
I'm up to 2515.
Yeah, and our budget's 3,500. So we're well within budget, and now we can be a little bit more flexible if we need to.
In case you're, instead of 15, you have to pay 16 for the centerpieces, got it?
Yeah.
And the chairs. 'cause we
In the
haven't done
chairs, so now
Yeah.
I'm gonna go revamp
You might be able to afford what you like.
yeah. Um. Keynote speaker, speaking. The mistress of ceremony.
I think it would be a good idea to speak about our different events coming up at the Women of Distinction.
We can add it on the PowerPoint for you
Yeah,
guys.
Because
And
like,
it's also on our agenda, on our
this is a
program.
good chance for people to know all the events that are coming up.
Yes.
Okay,
No.
today, by the way, the Miami Laker did put a little bird, no picture, nothing, but it's better than 0.
Oh, time.
The distinction of,
Women's-
the award, women of distinction nominations, and we're accepting applications. Any other questions that anybody can think of?
I need to, I think, for you to confirm the time. It's 11, right?
11 to 1.
We have to tell, Linda.
Now, I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Now that she was talking about the Laker, now that Felicia mentions the time confirmation. I just want to understand if you guys see a purpose in publicizing that
No.
event, if you're not opening it to the public.
No,
That's what I
I'm
was
just
gonna say,
something for you guys to
because
consider, because I feel like it's a little weird to say, hey, here's the event. but
you
come.
can't come.
No, you can't.
I'm not,
Unless we're
we're not
agreeing.
announcing it to the Laker,
No, if the Laker for the purpose of
the
nomination,
nominations,
right,
yes.
but not.
but not the,
No.
of the
But
event.
that's how the other folks showed up, because it was advertised, so they don't know any better, and they just show up.
Okay,
And while we're on the subject of that, of numbers, I want you guys to keep into account a couple of things. Council sometimes may not confirm and will attend. I will always ask on your behalf,
And so we
but
have
something
an
that,
extra table for him.
Right.
so yeah, something to keep in mind, and I'll remind you that if you do get sponsor dollars confirmed, the whole point of sponsor dollars is to elevate your event. Your budget is supposed to cover the basis of the event. So if that's the case, you guys should already come up with ideas of what you can do to maybe add extras to the event, elevate it if you do confirm those sponsor dollars. Maybe have something on the back burner.
So you did this for the nomination form.
Correct, that's just nomination.
Right, that's why we're not gonna advertise or show anything on this event, because we're not.
Yeah, that was my question to you guys, because we don't think it makes sense, but I don't know.
agree with you.
There's a another.
No, I totally agree. I
We're
was
gonna
not
have
gonna
a
put it.
Pandora box of people getting upset, and then you're gonna have to calculate what it's gonna cost, and then they're not gonna have, you know what happened last time.
I have a suggestion.
That's nice.
Excuse me, Madeline, what is the lake posting?
I'll give it,
For
I'll have one to you,
nomination, for the
Jackie,
nomination.
because she doesn't get the.
I know,
paper
but
copy.
it's almost encouraging the interest of the public.
Well, we need the public to do the nominations. Without the nominations,
I follow you, but it's almost a conflict of interest there.
well, we actually, when it comes to the liquor on the day of the event, the luncheon or the brunch is for the winners and their guests. Not necessarily opened up like the Hispanic
Yeah.
heritage, it's open up to everyone.
I follow you.
I have a question, in the history of this event, have we ever opened it up to the public?
I'm not,
We did?
Yeah,
We
That's
did
why
it
I
at
was-
Shula's, but we
so we
charge,
charge.
That's why I was
$12.
figuring, okay.
because we charge for, $12 per person.
Now,
That
I
was
will
nice.
say, you guys are allowed,
I did it, a great,
you
great.
guys are allowed to collect. For RSVP if you wanted to put a price on it and open it to the public. I'm just saying that that's an option available.
But for
to
that,
you.
we lower the amount of people they can bring.
But that's different because like
Yeah.
at Shula's, it's a restaurant and they have the food
Exactly.
there.
Well, no, I
Caterer
guess
here,
my
we have
point
to tell
was,
them ahead of
well,
time.
yeah, we would put, I mean, if you were to go that route, you obviously have to put a cap. Like a deadline, like, okay, you have to reserve by a week or 2 weeks later, so like you tell the caterer and the caterer is prepared. It can't be like a last minute.
No, they can't put it at the door.
Right.
It has to be very much like, okay, we're closing up 2 weeks before. And that just goes for any event, you guys.
But the thing is, they RSVP, they're coming and then they don't come.
No, but I
How
think,
do
I
we
mean,
spend the money?
you're right, but I think people don't respect the RSVPs
No,
because it's
they
free.
don't.
Right.
That's it.
When you charge people, that's the difference.
Exactly.
That makes the difference.
Exactly.
That makes all the difference.
No, I don't think we need to complicate.
But we're having it at town hall, it's not like having that much space like in Shula.
No.
and we'll be tight with those 8 tables. I just went in there and said,
I think maybe for next year, if we
Ah.
look into Shula's to opening it
We
up,
don't
that
have
might be
any-
feasible, but right now, we don't wanna put like.
then the price might be better.
It's not in this one. Right.
Okay.
Okay,
The new ones now.
moving on to item 3B, Black History Celebration. I'm turning it over to Charles.
Yes,
Location then.
everything is going, I saw where I was, sent out a notice, the, Eventbrite is going really well. I think she said it was like 72,
85 as of right now.
85.
Ooh, nice.
We're trying to cap it at 200. The promoter, Ed Jenkins, had another personal problem that he couldn't get all that to me. But we will have it before this, before the weekend. We'll have it before about tomorrow. But for those of you that are new to it, it is we're calling it Motown Review. It is lip sync songs out of the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s. People like Tina Turner, Michael Jackson, the Four Tops, the Temptations, Aretha Franklin, James Brown, all of those, and they will be dressed in their own costumes for, and he plays the music from the back. So it's 2 45-minute sessions and a 15-minute intermission for people to chat. We have it starting at 7. We'll start somewhere around that time, maybe 7:15. The participants are to be there at 6. So we're sure that if any of them are running a little late, we'll still be able to start on time. This show he has done this show for about 35 or 40 years.
Wow.
It is, he retired from Miami Jackson Senior High. So it's students, faculty, parents, and friends. And so all these people, they come in, they rehearse, and he actually have them to go through a rehearsal before you see them. So some people that rehearse that don't make the cut, you won't see them on the 17th. But I think he told me it's 18 acts, so it'd be like 9 first half, 9 second half. Some will do. Oh, I forgot. There's a special tribute they're gonna do to Tina Turner, and the young lady that does Tina Turner. If you blink your eyes twice, you will swear
She's
she is Tina Turner.
That's great.
Her legs are about 6 feet long. So it's a good wholesome show. It's a good wholesome show, and it is open for children. You know, there's no profanity, no cursing, no grinding, no
Small time.
beat this or beat that. It's a very wholesome show, and he's done it, like I say, for about 40 years. So
Right.
we're looking forward to it. We had talked about the school, the clubs are doing food.
For the
So like, yeah,
intermission,
but
For the
the
intermission?
principal told me that the clubs are, as of today, matter of fact, that they opted out because she's a teacher. And when you have those holidays, people don't want to take up their holidays for other things, because it's not the kids, it's the teachers. You know, you planning a 4-day weekend, so if you got a Saturday event, that means you can't go on the weekend where you're going. So the food is, as far as I'm concerned, the food is out. Now, I don't know if we want to look at somebody else doing it. What I was thinking at first is that they could do hot dogs and maybe buy 10 or 12 pizzas, different kinds, and do a little combination of a chip, a pizza, a slice of pizza, and a soda. They have to eat it in the hallway because they don't want any food in the auditorium. We do have and I'll give you that, we have one custodian that she will open up, and then she'll be responsible. She'll do 5 hours there. She wants $30 an hour. So I'll send you that and show you. But other than that, it's not a lot need to be. We're gonna go on that Friday. They're gonna open up the school. They're gonna set up all of his DJ equipment and everything that needs to be set up. We have 2 rooms there, a chair and so on, where they can change. We have 2 bathrooms, and then they have 2 bathrooms down the hall. So there's plenty of facilities there. Parking, as you know, is adequate parking. That shouldn't be a problem at all. I don't see any, it's not a lot. I guess we'll talk about, I was gonna ask Officer Amador if he thought we needed security there. We
It
do.
would be nice to have. them
We have
present.
we have a couple of dollars that we can give to a security person, but I've been to about 25 or 30 years, maybe in all events, and never had a problem. But we are at a school, and the principal has graciously given us permission with no fee to use the school. So I would think just on our part, it would be good if we had somebody there, even if you just, or even have a patrol guy just to ride around through the parking lot or whatever.
I can find out also,
Yes.
House or school board,
Huh?
I can find out. also
Right,
school
yeah.
board, So,
Right,
you know,
and just let me know, and then we can,
If they don't have a date on this agenda.
it's February 17th.
You know, like, Charles, what about like,
It's like a light, it's like light snacks or like.
that's what I was gonna
Well,
ask.
That's what-
It doesn't matter, just how would we do it? That's what I'm saying.
Okay, this is, it starts at 7.
No, I was just saying, see, like I used to have a ROTC club. So what happened, it would be 8 or 10 kids, they would come, they'd have 2 coolers of soda, 2 coolers of water, they'd have some pizza, they'd have chips, and they may have hot dogs already wrapped.
So why
And
can't we
so-
do that for them, just for the kids, so they have their own stuff separate in the back, because they're gonna have their own room, you said, their own area.
Oh,
Oh, no.
he's
the
taking care of them.
Oh, good, yeah,
The
yeah.
performers are being taken care of. We're talking about
Well,
if guests
okay.
came.
Because our
And-
flyer says
Because
food
I know,
Yeah,
and community.
I know, what I was thinking, what if we have the platters of cookies, because if we start at 7, the intermission would be what, around 8 something?
8:30, yeah.
Yeah, so we really don't have to feed people, I don't think.
And
But
it's
if
a
we have
theater
like
center,
platters-
It's not like we normally do.
Yeah. If we have platters maybe of cookies from Publix or something like that, then people love that, they'll grab a cookie and maybe some waters.
So pastelito,
Or pastelito,
No,
what if they
it
want
it
pastelito?
doesn't matter. I mean, I was just saying, see, I was thinking that, when I used to teach, we had clubs. So it's,
Yes,
we'll do
yes.
it. And then they may make $300 or $400 or $500.
know.
with the
3-day
club.
weekend, like you
to
said,
go
the
into
sponsor
that.
might not wanna be
But
there.
yeah, that's
No,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
wanna
That's
do
what
that.
happened.
That's
The
it.
the
They don't
principal
wanna do
said the sponsors were not interested in doing it because you guys know, if you're not a teacher, when the holidays are.
3
And that's
days.
the last thing you wanna do is to be tied up with kids because you got them all year.
Yeah.
And if you do it on a Saturday, that's right in the middle of somebody's
They can't
weekend,
go away.
and then they can't go anywhere. So they just opted out. So I just said, if somebody else wanna do it, or we just nix it, Yes, sir. Check it.
I'd like to make a motion to have someone take care of the food part. You keep mentioning, and I appreciate that, Charles, that you can get somebody to do this and that, but it's gotta be done. So I make a motion to have someone handle the food.
Someone from the committee?
Organization,
Okay.
People.
Someone from the
they give
committee.
out all the gifts and stuff during the year.
Getting haters?
Giving gators, yeah. You think they would be,
But they moved out.
oh, they are? I don't know. I used to see them a lot.
Yeah, they're doing.
They no longer with the schools?
I
And
don't
with the
think so.
town?
I think they're doing other things now.
Oh, okay.
But we
I
can
know.
check. I
It's
have
also,
her number.
that's a school, so it's a holiday.
So I'll remind you guys, while you're briefing on this, one, the suggestion would be to have food because
Yeah,
it's supposed to be a Black History Month celebration and there's
Right.
many components to that other than just a show. So something to keep in mind, but that's for the committee to determine. Secondly, the committee did confirm, we were gonna do the student thing and that you guys weren't interested in figuring out the food thing. As a committee, that's what the vote was. So we have to go off of that. If you guys wish to switch that, we are gonna have to call a special call meeting because now we're talking about dollars. And that's not what you guys agreed on.
And we don't have enough
Enough
money.
money?
We don't
We
have,
have enough money?
no,
We don't have money?
no,
left over?
after we pay the performance and the security, we done.
Oh, but, well, there goes the food then.
Initially, we were not,
So we already know how much security is or in janitorial and all that?
security is about,
The police is.
$30 for 5 hours, about 150.
Do you remember what we spent in food last year? Because every time we have that event, we do have food.
And
You know,
his,
I mean, small
his budget
sandwiches,
is
but we've done- we
$27.50.
have done it.
So that
Yeah,
almost
we've
takes
done
What's
the.
our budget?
The South.
$27.50. We have 3,000.
I'm
Yeah.
just trying to figure out how much we spent
Last year was 3,000, I believe.
No, I'm talking like the public, because we always done publics.
But as Charles had mentioned,
It's no fun.
there's no funds.
Okay, last year you guys spent about 315 between platters and water.
315?
What about reaching out to some of the
What is the
local soul
budget?
food restaurants or Esther, any of those places to see if they'll donate?
Gotta be food that line up.
Chicken wings or popcorn chicken, something fun.
Yeah.
That was trying to get a sponsor, we get a sponsor.
If we don't get it, then someone's gonna, if we can't get a sponsor, then we can't have food.
The other option would be for you guys to call a special call meeting.
The
So
flyers
that we
are
can
out?
authorize.
Are the flyers out?
Well, so, yeah. People already,
Here's-
Right.
You want to give this? Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I saw that, I guess you guys, can you put that to,
that's his group.
Okay, so
Right.
Okay,
So I'll make sure.
anything else, Charles?
No, that's-
I'd like to say, since we have food, I think years ago, when we did it here in 2020, we had sold them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm willing to donate the food if it's not too much, just to have.
See, you may be talking about 200 people.
200 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they already advertised food.
I know, we didn't even check it.
But would that be free food? Because weren't the club
Well,
for
the
that
food
charge
was
for food?
advertised because you guys
Because
said
of
the
the.
school, but it wasn't going to be free. We didn't decide that. That was
Yeah,
what
it
was
was gonna be
discussed.
sold.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna be free.
How much is a box lunch cost, more or less?
What do you mean by?
And you
box?
guys go to Publix, BJ's and whatever, those other
And then
clubs.
we can charge.
much less expensive.
Nominal fee and then make the money back, whatever.
That's what I'm trying to say, how, when you get a little box, you know, a little box, you can charge for that little box.
Yeah.
Instead of having to have all these things out.
all these
You know who
things
has those little boxes is Vicky Bakery,
Yeah, but
here
it's,
in Miami Lake.
yeah, I
They have the
know.
little boxes that have the pastelito and the croquettes and this and
Yeah,
that.
but
you know,
that's,
and
but
they're
the little croquettes, you
That's
know,
not
we do
how
it
much is
Both
the
Town,
box?
that's
Yeah.
not Both Town too.
I know, Bill, and what,
No,
what
I was
do you
thinking-
I
think?
know that people make little box lunches.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you
so
can
if
charge
I
them.
may help, because I think we're just going around in
Yeah.
circles.
Thank you, hon.
Somebody, or maybe 2 or 3 of you need to designate yourself, say you're gonna go out and contact local restaurants that you think could either sponsor or give it to us at a low fee. and then bring that back to a special call meeting so you guys can vote on it. That's
Okay,
what it would
I'll
take to do that.
volunteer to make some calls.
I'll make some.
So like what you would bring would be the proposal or the quote, let's
Yes,
say,
ma'am.
for that, and then.
Yeah, just,
And they can sell the food, correct?
Yeah, you guys
not
can
do
choose
something.
to sell the food.
Can the person sell the food and give us a percentage? Cause I'm not doing this.
What you could do is probably just have them, like, are they available to
Get a quote,
cater it,
get a
maybe
quote.
one or two people of their restaurant? And maybe they could sell it either at a discounted rate because they're willing to, or,
Well, they can sell it at their rate if they like, but. we
and that
need to
could be
cut it back.
directly, and you guys are just cutting yourselves out.
No,
Yes,
Mm,
but
okay.
well,
Well,
that's
that's
gonna be
one
everybody else.
no,
one at a time.
I would like us to have.
You want to cut a bit.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I guess that's something that needs to be discussed.
we need
with
to
the
have
restaurant.
something for that if they're selling food on our behalf, at our event.
And then we'd also need approval from the school, like,
And
are
then
they
the
gonna
school,
allow? So these are all things that need to be.
Yeah.
And we have 17 days to get it together.
Yeah,
200 plus the actors. the-
yeah, they don't.
You know, they already have, the actors
It's
have
about
been
30, it's about 30
So it's
30 of them.
200 just for audience.
Yes.
Right,
So this is the question. Right now, we have, say, 85 already confirmed. Who said we're gonna reach 200 and then tell these people 200 and then we only have 100? Because to tell these people we're gonna sell
oh, I think,
200.
we still got 2 weeks.
I remember our experience.
We still got 2
They,
weeks.
they
So
signed
5%
up and then they
sign up.
Yeah.
don't show up.
There's 85 people signed up.
People sign up,
40.
not everybody.
I know, but this is a different event.
Yeah.
This
No,
is,
no, but
this
that happens to all of our events.
attracts the children also, you know,
Yeah.
my grandsons hypothetically.
Make sure there's not.
That's, I guess the only thing that's out now is swimming under level food.
Yeah, that's the only thing we're missing.
Yeah, that's
And
the
then
option.
right now, we only have 75 registered. That 75 to 200 is a long stretch.
And in my opinion, we're not gonna get food for 200 people, even if 200 are RSVPs.
Right.
First come, first serve. We have 50 boxes or whatever you guys decide. We have 50 boxes. When the 50 are sold, that's it. Just remember, not everybody's gonna buy it.
If you're gonna sell it, not everybody's gonna buy it.
Correct.
But
So
that's
there's
something
no
you
reason
all
to
have
get,
Decide
yeah.
how many you're gonna buy.
And just
what-
recall that once we decide, once you guys get those numbers together, we need a special call meeting to vote on it.
Let's see if somebody can put a small
We got 2
soul food
weeks.
pack together. Maybe chicken wings or something.
No, I'm, right,
You know who I thought of?
yeah,
You know who I thought of? It's a crazy.
You know who does so?
No, I know, I have a card, I wanted to present it, but he brought in, no, we don't have to worry about the food. But I thought, I know they're far away, but maybe they know somebody that can do it, eat the red rooster.
Who?
Red
my favorite
Rooster is the-
Oh,
yeah, very expensive.
But the thing is that they're very highly sought, and that should have probably been.
You know
planned
who
well.
does, but you know who does soul food? Maria Kramer.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yes, Maria Kramer does soul food.
Oh,
Oh, yes, she does. Oh, you should see.
No,
No,
at
no,
short
no,
notice, maybe a
They
food
should
truck.
do something.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
I can ask, if you guys wanna check out a restaurant or two or anything, I can ask if there's a food truck.
I think the food truck
That would be
parked
better.
right outside.
Maybe
I think that would be
I like
2 food truck. I
Yeah.
think,
I
I
can
think that
ask for that.
that
If we can find a food truck,
Yeah.
we don't need to vote.
We don't need to do anything.
We don't need to do a special call,
Correct,
right?
because you guys, those
But-
are the ones that you guys weren't gonna spend any money
Right.
regarding.
But the food truck would give us a percentage of what they sell at our
So what we
events,
do, I'll
correct?
tell you what we do for like our other events, when we have food trucks, we charge them to be at our event. So, but it's not a lot, it's like $100
Yeah.
Something, yeah.
or 50, depending on how big or small. it is.
So
So
we
we
could
can
say,
make an
yeah.
exception for them
Make it
because
with 3.
last minute thing.
Right.
Yeah, but that'd be maybe better if we
As
had a
opposed
percentage.
to-
Yeah, so can I just have a point of
Astronomical.
contact with you guys so that we can have it at that?
Motion, everybody.
What's the
Okay,
motion
well,
for?
that's just it.
For
For
the,
the-
for the, for the truck,
No.
for the truck.
No, it's not for the,
Okay, the
who's gonna be in charge of,
The Z said that.
Z and Charles. Yeah. I'll-
We are, Charles and Isle are gonna get together and figure out
Figure
some
something
food
out.
options.
we'll hammer down, like, we're gonna get close to what would be like a food truck.
Right.
Okay.
Get one or two
No, we
food
don't
trucks.
need-
I think it's gonna be depending on the number.
Gonna,
We
We're
can
not-
make
we
a
don't-
motion
we
just
don't-
for consensus to agree, but, it's no dollar, so we don't do those.
yeah, just a motion.
What did you say we charged them for?
About 50 for this event, cause it's a
It's not as
smaller,
big as,
yeah,
yeah.
But what do we call it? What is, what?
we do like a vendor fee, we
Oh,
send them an
vendor
invoice,
fee.
yeah.
Like for July 4th, they pay us $100.
They pay us 150.
They're way on 50,000 people.
It's much.
50,000 people.
It's July 4th,
Yeah,
that's
it's
huge.
believing it's a
Yeah,
lot.
but I open it up to other things, because if there's a food truck that's like
Any-
400.
any more announcements?
Yeah, well, looking at the agenda,
Okay, I'm sorry, Elsa has the floor.
yeah, looking at the agenda, from the time that we've done the Women of Distinction Awards. I was telling Madeline that I don't think we covered the part of the invocation.
Oh, so now we're going back to
Yes.
To where-
three, just so we all follow, we're going back to women of distinction.
Yeah.
We have a pastor in Miami Lakes. Her name is Gracie Pimentel. She does the House of Prayer. She's also an Elevate Church member.
Can you say her name again?
Grace Seaman Day.
Well, I think it's Grace
I'll look at
Pimentel.
it now, so.
Even then.
I mean, I have her email and everything, because I go to a prayer group. I'm just saying
Make a
it's,
motion to have an invocation. And then we go.
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, I make a motion that we have an invocation in the program like we've done in previous year. And then Esther.
I'd like to make a friendly amendment that we do the invocation and invite Grace Pimentel.
Wait, she made a motion that we
I'll
have
second
an
the
invocation, second.
No
Any discussion?
Hold on,
Why do we have to have an invocation?
second invite.
Well, that's what you guys would agree on.
Now this one.
That's what you gave
Well,
me.
now there's discussion. Go ahead.
No, okay. I think it's necessary.
Anybody else?
Any other discussions?
People don't think.
We always have an invocation when we do.
But that's why we made a motion, we could vote,
We're
if
discussing.
it passes or passes.
Go ahead.
Every time we've done the Women of Distinction, we have an invocation. The town would be time to have the meeting to have an invocation. Everything that has to do with, something, an event. I don't know if you have attended other events or do invocations, but it's a custom, it's part of the culture.
Has the invocation ever been by anyone other than a Catholic priest?
Well, that's what we're talking about.
This is
It's
not-
not-
No, but you just asked.
Any denomination, it doesn't have to
Denomination,
be.
we can have,
Yeah.
If you know.
What-
Rabbi,
You know, if we
Rabbi
get
here.
someone, it comes down to who is available and he can do it.
Doesn't need to be Catholic if you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think now that we're in discussion would be a good, point to bring out whoever I guess you guys are recommending.
So you have a recommendation from Lady of the Lakes, that you're gonna check?
If I need to, yes, I could always, get someone.
I
but
can
I could
nominate
also-
somebody.
I would like to.
We're in discussion, you don't
We're
have to.
still in
discuss.
discussion and
So-
we're gonna have
so
to-
yes.
Yeah,
My suggestion is that we invite Grace Pimentel. She is a pastor. She is a woman. It is a woman's event. It is non-denomination, which is a good thing.
Good Christians.
And I can.
Huh? Christian,
Elevate Church is a Christian.
Christian,
It's Christian, but it's not Catholic.
no.
Yeah, and religious, whatever that. You have all different people who go there, because I happen to be
Yeah,
Catholic
it's
and I
not-
go to Lady of Lakes, but I go to Elevate because I love their music.
But are we only
And
having this
exactly.
invocation because we've done it traditionally since
Listen,
like the
You
beginning
haven't
of
voted yet,
time?
no, we're
or-
just-
It's a formal
discussing about
event,
having
this makes it
invocation.
a formal event, you go to the Chamber of Commerce in Miami Lakes and there is an invocation.
I don't
before the
see why,
meeting.
just because
So, you know what?
other events do it, then we have to do it. I mean,
But-
we can
No, I
evolve and
think
do
we
other
can do it.
things
I
instead.
don't think there's any problem with doing that.
Esther, would you be able to contact her?
Oh,
In the
as soon as I leave here, because I have to read a chapter of Book of Ruth.
Oh, okay.
Any other discussions?
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and vote on favor of having an invocation at Women of Distinction, raise your hand.
Oh,
Raise your hand if you're voting yes.
Okay, so we have, how many yeses?
Invocation.
Raise your hand so that,
Raise your hand if you want that
Everybody wants
invocation for the event.
And leave it up so I
Invocation for
know.
the event.
Esther,
Esther.
you're gonna recommend someone?
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to have an invocation, raise your hand.
You know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 in favor. I'm in favor too. 6 in favor.
I'm against.
Not the nays. Against invocation. Charles, you're abstaining?
And Jackie might be
And Jackie.
abstaining.
And Z, are you
I'll
voting?
abstain.
You're, okay, so Charles, Jackie, right? Jackie abstaining, and Z is a nay. The motion passes by majority, so we're gonna have an invocation.
So based on the recommendation, just so we're all clear, you're gonna give me the contact for Gracie.
As soon as I get home, I will do it, and then she'll probably email you right away, because then I'm
Okay. If she for any reason is not available, I guess then I'll go to you. Okay,
This is the backup, and then the third backup is Felicia.
perfect.
Remember, it doesn't have to be any denomination, it could be a rabbi, it could be
Or anyone that can give them.
anyone that can do an invocation.
So if not,
That's
I'll
what
reach
we're
out.
saying, we have 3 now.
And
if
we
not, I'll
get,
reach
and
out
we
to
have
you.
nobody, then it's. we
Okay,
don't
for
have
the,
one.
for the minutes, the Elsa is the backup.
Okay, the backup
And then
it's
the
our
third,
prediction.
yeah.
To pray, you're gonna pray?
No.
No, no, no.
We're fine.
We're gonna find a priest or a pastor.
I'll follow up, anything, I'll let you know.
No.
I hate to, but I have another meeting at 7:30, but I think the only thing we have left for, Black History is,
We're going back to back.
is the food.
Yeah, and to summarize that, I'll work with Z on confirming one food truck.
I'll call.
If by any chance that number does rise, then I think it's appropriate to do 2, but for right now, 1 should be.
Yeah, one is enough.
Okay, good.
And let us know, what time you want us there, since we're not meeting before then.
And should we be in costume?
Yeah, you guys 7 and stuff, 6 o'clock tonight.
Will the school?
I'll get all that.
Sorry,
Will the school need to give permission? for the
I'll
food
work with
truck
the
to be
school
in
about
front?
food truck, and I'm sorry, what else were you saying?
No, I said, we'll talk to the school and
Okay.
see. I'll call them and see. I'm not contacting.
Hello?
Okay, our next meeting, excuse me,
Hello?
our next meeting is gonna be February 22nd, 2024, 7 p.m. That will be, excuse me?
Yeah.
Are you done talking?
Yes.
We're not there yet. I just wanna make sure I had at least. Thank you.
The next meeting
The next meeting is, thank you, February 22nd, Thursday, February 22nd, 2024, at 7 p.m.
Right.
One of the main agenda items is gonna be to determine the winners of the Women of Distinction. The reason we put February 14 as a deadline, as soon as, I or the town is able to put them together, she will be emailing them out to us, so we can review it and be prepared for the meeting, so that we don't have to go over and revise everything of all the nominations.
Kyle said she emailed me that she already has 6 of them. She
Yeah,
emailed us.
And I'll keep you guys updated as the time goes, well, just to piggyback on what Madeline said. Please make sure you read those packages in advance of the meeting and pretty much you're coming with your option. This is who I want to win, government, this is who I want to win, civic, whatever. Because if not, we are never gonna get out of this meeting.
Exactly.
Okay, so we're gonna be picking them on the February.
Yes.
Meeting, yes.
Meeting.
It is recommended that everybody read them and goes through them after each meeting.
That gives us 8 days to review.
Maybe she should send them the 6 that she already received.
I personally don't think that would be good, because
Okay.
You're gonna make up your mind
then
about
you-
reading all.
yeah, and then you're mixing it up, and then,
Yeah, let's just get them all at the same time.
okay,
One more thing, since I'm doing as chair of the committee, I'm doing the agenda for the February 22nd. I'm gonna keep it very short. If you have any items that you wanna cover besides women of distinction, I'd like to keep that meeting. Hopefully just for women of distinction, and then we'll have, sorry, we'll have the rest of the items that we need to cover. We have a lot of stuff coming up. So, well, I'm planning on keeping the agenda very short. So.
I thought you were gonna have the mother thing on that agenda since we didn't finish it. So that's the only item besides, I think it's Mother's Day.
I'm working on a couple of dates, stuff that's.
But that's the
coming up.
next event is just Mother's Day, right?
Mother's Day, yes. I'll
What?
review
The
the
nearest. So she doesn't have to put everything else, just Mother's Day,
Right,
and
So
then,
will be two items like we have.
Yeah, would be
we have the easels, right? We ordered new ones.
We're doing the
Okay.
exact same thing as last year for Mother's
You
Day?
guys haven't discussed that yet.
Oh,
that's what we have to.
And that's why we have.
I make a motion to adjourn this meeting at 6:49 PM.
Second motion. Thank you, Madeline.
Thank you.
Thank you,
I
Madeline.
gotta go. Gotta go.
Thank you guys for showing up.
Awesome.
Okay.
We'll keep in touch. Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Madeline. Good job.
You're good.
The budget.
Yeah, you guys should, you should formally, remember
Yeah,
that
we-
pretty much this is just gathering consensus, and that's what I was like telling them. You have to come back to the meeting and get that. Right? This is just hammering